just want to share something around what is the fastest way to get to your goal, your outcome, your objective, the place where you want to be at, whether it be your health, mental or physical, your business, your finances, your relationships, your family, wherever that outcome you're moving towards, what is the fastest way there? Literally, without being complicated, it's going from point A to point B. Now, people who have known me for a very long time, and they know me to be really annoying, is I have this quote or saying that I'm sure I got from an Eddie Murphy movie back in the 90s. And it's, I want to go from A to B. I don't care about C. I want nothing to do with C. I'm A to B. Get me from here to here. That is my goal. When I get to B, I'll worry about C. Now, it used to annoy people around me because I wouldn't entertain all these other things. I just zero focus, bang, A to B. And don't get me wrong, that's not with everything. The key part, what I've learned is when we're setting these goals, objectives, targets, wherever that happens to be, I'm going to relate to business right now. Whatever that happens to be, we have a target in business. We have a revenue target per month, per quarter. We have a GP target per month, per quarter. We have an efficiencies, productivity, production rate target per month, per quarter. Whatever that key KPI. I have a number of calls and leads target per month, per quarter. Let's pick 1 to 3 things max. Where I see most conversations go pear-shaped is we're really good at picturing the target over there, whatever that looks like. 6-pack abs, 100K revenue per month, 50% GP. We get really clear on those, which is awesome. You still need that. But there's one step that's way more important than that one. Way more important than that one. We're all told, and I'm the same, we're all told, what's your goals? Get really crystal clear on your goals and outcomes. I'm definitely not saying that's not important, because it's the second most important. Do you want to know what I feel the most important thing is? That the number one thing before you even get to that point is it's great to have the goal. That's like the visionary, that makes you optimistic, feels great because you're focusing ahead, I've got some targets. It's the feel good one. And if you get really crystal clear on it and you document it, the chances of you getting there or almost there significantly increase versus if you just think about it and have this picture in your head. Oh, I want this. So the number one thing is being crystal clear with where you are at. Where are you at in those metrics that you want? Because unless you're crystal clear with where you're at, you don't know exactly what the gap is. Part of knowing where you're at is not just about the metrics, whether they're financial or non-financial, because it's easy to go down that one. If I want X amount of leads, quotes, and calls, I'm currently getting 100 calls into 70 leads into 50 quotes. You can measure those and it's really logical, bang. But I want to do double that. The interesting part here is the things that got you where you are, including the thought patterns, your behaviors, your values, your principles, your strategies, your tactics, more importantly, your philosophies of where you are right now are not going to be the same for where you want to go. What got you here won't get you there. Part of understanding and being aware of where you're at is not just the financial, non-financial metrics, the hard stuff, the business metrics. It's where are you at? What are your beliefs and values around increasing leads, in increasing sales, in making more money? Because if you have a belief pattern, a ceiling pattern that your business can't do 50 quotes per month, then you're never going to be able to do 50 quotes per month. If your belief pattern is we can't do that, if your value system says, oh, I can't charge that, it really matters what you believe to be true, where your values and beliefs, your principles and your philosophies are right now, because that is what you're butting your head against all the way. Once upon a time, I didn't believe I could build $1 million painting business. So I didn't. I didn't believe it. So my value system had me believing that I couldn't do it because I'd never seen it done before, which meant I would find excuses why it couldn't be done, that means I would not take the actions that would stop me getting things done, because what got me where I was not going to get me where I wanted to go. Number one indicator for you continually moving towards your goal, your outcome, the thing that you want, the growth that you want, is less about the things and more about what you believe, what you value, what your philosophies are. The goal of the business, the relationship, cannot reach a level higher. So you can't have a super amazing relationship if in your subconscious belief system you don't feel that's possible, or that you're worthy, or that you're good enough. And that's another conversation about the good enough. We all have this, I'm not good enough. But take that to business. If you have a ceiling, subconscious ceiling, that no one can convert profitable clients in your area, or you can't because we don't understand your business. If you believe that based on your values system, based on your underlying philosophy about your business or your industry, then it's going to be really difficult to get to that goal. So as much as having clarity on the goal is super important, a simpler example. Let's say I've got a goal, I want visible six-pack abs. I want be shredded and under 10% body fat. Yeah. In my 30s and 40s, yeah. My 50s might be a bit difficult. I'm not saying you can't, but you've just witnessed right then my belief that I can't do it. So if I set that goal of visible six-pack under 10% body fat, but I've already pre-framed it, that's not possible for me. I'm old, I've got a sore knee, my back's a bit sore, I don't have time, I've got lots of kids, I've got 2 businesses. What are the chances I'm gonna get that goal? Slim to none. Because I've already pre-framed my stance or where I am, which is very different to what I've said I wanted. Think about it in the decisions you're making, the goals you're choosing. Maybe take a step back. I'm all for getting really crystal clear on what you want and the goal. You need that. Without that, there's no direction. You're just moving everywhere. If you've ever felt like you're a Groundhog Day and you're doing the same thing over and over again, it's because you don't have a clear direction. A really simple analogy is you're in the car, I'm in Brisbane and I want to drive to Newcastle. Now I can just jump in the car and drive. Yeah, I may get to Newcastle, I may not, I have no idea. But let's just say I get in the car and I know where I'm at, but I don't know how to get there. I'm not using Google Maps or anything. Not sure when to get there either. I might loop around, I might get there eventually, but at least I know where I'm starting from. I know that, okay, I'm in Brisbane. But what if you didn't know where you're at and you didn't have a map? Getting really crystal clear on what you want is great because it moves you in that direction. Getting really aware of where you are at. When I say you, it is the me, the I, not the location. Not the location that I'm sitting on my treadmill in a gym in Brisbane. That's location. If you believe that it can't be done, if you have a self-limiting belief that thing is not possible, or if you have an underlying subconscious value system that's pulling you back because you don't think you're enough to do that, or you don't have this, or you can't do, then it's going to be really difficult to hit that goal. 2 things, takeaways. 1, whatever goal you want to hit, you make a commitment to that goal, you do the actions, you get really clear on what that goal is going to be. The step before that step is taking a look inside and going, where am I at? What is the inner self-talk I'm having? Am I being personally responsible for the thoughts that I'm having that are becoming the words that I'm using? Because personal responsibility for me is self-leadership, and to do anything of any significance, it requires you to be a leader of yourself, because if you won't back you, no one else will. For you to achieve any significant outcome or goal, whether it be business or personal, it requires you to be crystal clear on the outcome. Definitely. For me, more importantly, it requires you to be really crystal clear on where you are at, your starting point, both literally, physically, and mentally. Because what got you where you are won't get you where you want to go unless where you want to go is exactly the same spot as where you are. To be able to do that, it requires personal responsibility, accountability. Now for me, personal responsibility equals leadership, self-leadership, your ability to lead yourself. With self-leadership comes responsibility, because if you don't lead yourself, if you can't be personally responsible for yourself, no one else is going to follow you. Why would they? Simple things like doing the thing that you said you're going to do. That's self-leadership. Understanding, or at least being aware of the things that are holding you back. What are the things that we tell ourselves to be true that are not true? And how do you know that? If you can see the thing in the outside world done by somebody else, and your belief system is that that can't be done, then that is not true. Because if it can be done, if someone else is doing it, it can be done. That is the proof.